Okay guys, so in this lecture, we're going to be looking at class constructors. How exciting. Let's dive right into it. What is a class constructor? Well, a class constructor is nothing more but a special function or special method within the class that it initializes or it automatically assigns values to these class object attributes when these objects are first created or when new objects are created. So let me just show you some examples. I'll start off with my PHP tags, of course, like usual. Give it some space. I'll define my class. Start with the keyword class, followed by the class name, which we've been using person. Open and closing curly braces, and I'll define some of my class object attributes, first name. And this time I won't assign any value to it right now at the moment. I'll do last name. And now I'll just, let me just notate this. I'll put, let's say, object attributes. Okay, in here I'll put object class constructor. Okay, so I'll declare our class constructor. Again, it's nothing more but a simple function or method that is automatically called when we create new objects. So the first thing we do is we use our keyword function. And remember, it uses two underscores, not one, but two underscores. So one underscore, two underscores, followed by the word construct, followed by parentheses. We go down, we use our open and closing curly braces. And now what we can do is we can actually assign values to these attributes when we create our new objects. What I'll use as well, we use our keyword called this, which is a defined keyword in our PHP, followed by the arrow operator to access our attributes. So I'll just use our first name. And remember, when we use the this keyword with the arrow operator, we're accessing an attribute without the $sign. So what I'll do here is I'll assign it a name, and I'll just say Jadian, like usual, and I'll come down here, and I'll go down, do the same thing here. Let's rename first to last, and I'll just put Forte. Now, after we're done with that, we can actually display these assigned values to our attributes of the object. So I'll use echo, which displays our information to an HTML page. So I'll just put echo, and I'll just do this. I'll copy that part, go here, go down one, go to echo. I'll give it some space to break apart the first name and last name, and I'll copy this line of code again and just use our last name, and we're pretty much it. Again, this is our constructor we're going to use when new objects are created. So when that first object is created or a new object is created, the constructor is going to read all of this code within these curly braces. So we're going to initialize and assign these values, Jadian to the first name, Forte to the last name, and we're going to display and print that information. So we go down here, and let's create our object. We go person underscore 01, and I'll go ahead and do the new keyword to create a new object of our person class, and that's it. So I'll save it, and let's see what happens. I'll go to my browser, refresh it. Here we go, Jadian Forte. So as you can see, as our script first loads, our PHP script first loads, and when it reads and creates our new object, it automatically calls our constructor special function and reads all of this code within it as well. If we actually make more, if we create more objects of the same class, let's rename this to 2 and then rename that to 3, it'll do the same thing. But again, we can always do the same thing. So we go back here and 3 should print. There we have it. We can always format this to look a little better as well, but in a nutshell, that's how we create our constructor, define a constructor, and assign values by default to our object attributes.